After the non-stop box office failures Marvel has churned out, you might think, okay, so they're definitely going to start making changes and fixing things. At the very least, maybe they'll slow down and rethink their approach to the MCU after their strategy failed for the millionth time with the Marvels. I genuinely couldn't stop laughing when I saw this. Honestly, it's hilarious how horrible the casting this would be. But once Hollywood finds a diverse actor they like, they'd rather just cast them in everything instead of spreading out the roles just a bit. The more I read though, the more Pedro seemed perfect for the role. They're basically looking for the ultimate beta male to be Sue Storm's purse boy, which is why a crap load of actors passed on the role and the former director left. When the guy who directed Tom Holland's Spider-Man considers your lead male character too much of a beta, you know you've got a big problem. Imagine how poorly they depict Reed Richards for male Hollywood actors to consider him too toxic for them to play.
Yikes.
All that makes Pedro the perfect choice. That man is the ultimate beta male in real life, just an absolute male feminist crybaby to his core. Apparently Marvel wanted Jake Gyllenhaal and Adam Driver, who aren't great choices, but when Pedro's the alternative, those two would have been legendary. Gyllenhaal is reportedly too expensive, but that's not why Kevin Feige didn't want him. Was it because he thought he was a bad actor? Did Feige not like Gyllenhaal as a person? Nope, none of those reasons. In his infinite wisdom, Feige was scared the cast was way too white, and he decided Reed Richards was the character they wanted to ruin, or as they put it, adapt for the modern audience.
Is this a joke? Is this a joke?
That's the reason they won't cast someone who looks like Reed Richards, because it would make the team too white. Is it really surprising to hear this from the man who came out and said they chose to make the Eternals because those characters were ripe for race and gender swapping? Of course we can't have a hero who's white in the comics be white on screen because racism. Yeah, racism, that's it. Explain why it's racist? Shut up, you bigot. This movie isn't even being made for you. But also, please buy your tickets when it comes out. We can't afford to lose hundreds of millions on another movie.
Everything is falling apart.
It's even more embarrassing when you consider that fans have been predicting this for years, and yet Marvel still didn't put together the clues that this is a horrible idea. We've all said that there was no way in hell they would cast the Fantastic Four accurately, and instead of taking this opportunity to right the ship and get on the right track, they decided to go out Titanic style. The fact that Feige's reasoning still prioritizes agenda over the fans is the exact reason Disney finds themselves at odds with the consumer. Who could have guessed that years of insulting and berating fans would result in them not buying your crappy products?
Where was it you graduated from again? The University of Duh.
I can already see how this thing's gonna turn out because this is Marvel's go-to move. Sue Storm is either gonna be the underappreciated true genius of the team, or she'll just be the leader outright, and we'll have to sit there and watch one of Marvel's smartest characters tell her how much better she is than him. Great, not like we've seen that movie bomb 100 times already. Sue Storm is actually a popular character, and it's going to be a shame to see her get turned into the MCU's next Captain Marvel. Although at this point, I have a feeling we'll be missing Carol Danvers after we suffer through this monstrosity of a movie.
What did you just say to me?
The other casting news isn't great either. The current team other than Reed seems to be Vanessa Kirby as Sue, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm. Not terrible choices, but again, Marvel has been setting the bar pretty low lately. Galactus' Herald is reportedly going to be a female love interest for Johnny named Frankie Ray. She's a character from the comics called Nova, but in this movie the rumor is she'll be playing Silver Surfer. I guess the Silver Surfer was too much of a toxic male, so they had to tone down his offensive energy by making him a woman. I can already picture it now. She'll beat everyone up except for Sue Storm, and then just surrender because Sue is such an empowering girl boss.
Don't ask questions, just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Galactus is apparently going to be Latino, but what that even means is beyond me. Are they pulling a Thanos and just casting a voice actor? Or is this a full Titan Starfire situation where he'll look nothing like the character? Either way, you better not have a problem with that because don't forget, asking for a character to look the way they do in the comics is racist. This sure is shaping up to be a great entry to the Marvel world of box office bombs.
We got a disaster on our hands. A disaster!
I'd love to sit here and talk about how shocking all this is, but the truth is we all knew this was coming. The Fantastic Four had 3 straight white characters, and we all knew there was no way in hell they were going to be cast that way. Fans have been onto that for years, and they're making sure to prove us all right by sticking to their agenda, even if Disney's company stock goes to hell in the process. But I'm definitely excited to watch Sue Storm strap a leash onto Pedro's beta Reed Richards, then lecture him and prove how much better she is than him. I can already hear the review bombing complaints and the whining about men not liking this movie. Marvel is really intent on going out this way, and good for them. I definitely wouldn't have the courage to turn the world's most successful film franchise into a burning dumpster fire where creativity and profit go to die.